Now a CBS News exclusive, an extraordinarily blunt message from the outgoing Navy Secretary in his first interview since being fired. Richard Spencer was ousted yesterday after going against the president and the Secretary of Defense in the case of Edward Gallagher, a Navy SEAL at the center of a war crimes case. Spencer's last day was today, but David Martin tells us he's not going quietly.
Leaving the Pentagon after being fired, Secretary of the Navy Richard Spencer told CBS News he is not the only casualty of President Trump's decision to intervene in the case of Navy SEAL Edward Gallagher.
What were the ramifications of intervening in that review process?
What message does that send to the troops?
Well, what message does it send?
That you can get away with things. We have to have good order and discipline. It's the backbone of what we do.
President Trump said he stopped the Navy from taking away the Trident pin, which identifies Gallagher as a Navy SEAL, in order to stand up for warriors and the decisions they make on the battlefield.
Well, they wanted to take his pin away, and I said, no, you're not going to take it away. He was a great fighter, and we're going to protect our war fighters.
I don't think he really understands the full definition of a war fighter. A war fighter is a profession of arms, and a profession of arms has standards that they have to be held to, and they hold themselves to.
Gallagher will retire as a SEAL despite being convicted of dishonoring the uniform by posing with the body of a dead ISIS fighter. But Spencer, the Navy's top civilian, is out of a job. Speaking off camera, Defense Secretary Mark Esper said he fired Spencer for going behind his back to try to work out a deal with the president.
Secretary Spencer had proposed a deal whereby if the president allowed the Navy to handle the case, he would guarantee that Eddie Gallagher would be restored to rank, allowed to retain his Trident, and permitted to retire.
Spencer says that was because Esper was traveling overseas.
I will take the bad on me for not letting him know I did that. But he was completely informed as to this because his chief of staff was briefed on it.
Spencer said he was trying to head off an order from President Trump, which, as he put it in his resignation letter, I cannot in good conscience obey.
What did you mean?
Well, what do I stand for as Secretary of the Navy? Good order and discipline of the United States Navy. That's a prime tenet. This, in fact, erodes that.
But what's wrong with following a lawful order from the Commander-in-Chief?
Nothing. Everyone should follow a lawful order. That's good order and discipline. I could not, in my conscience, do this.
Spencer no longer has a government limo, so he was driven away from the Pentagon by his wife.
After Spencer's firing was announced, a post appeared on the Edward and Andrea Gallagher Instagram page. It showed a picture of a dumpster fire with a caption that read, "The current state of Navy leadership." Gallagher is set to retire from the Navy this weekend. Nora?
David, thank you.